of Australia. In many ways, this is the heartland of the country. It's where an important part of our national identity was nourished. For almost 200 years, men have grown wheat and grazed sheep here. In those early days, the men who settled this land were the salt of the Australian earth, and their work was the economic backbone of our nation. Today, their descendants are still growing wheat and grazing sheep, and they are still as tough as ever. They live in small country towns like Wycheproof, one of the many grain centres scattered throughout this region. It's an unremarkable little place, except for one dubious distinction. The smallest registered mountain in the world sits on its doorstep. Just 1 kilometre from the centre of town, Mt Wycheproof rises skywards to a majestic 43 metres above the surrounding plains. Once a year, the tranquility of this mountain summit is shattered by some amazing scenes. It's Wycheproof's event of the year, the annual King of the Mountain race.
I'd have to describe this race as being more intense than going in a marathon.
David Lloyd has won the King of the Mountain race twice before and rates the course as extremely tough going.
It's very hard to describe. You feel like stopping as soon as you start on that steep section.
Starting on the flat in the centre of town, the 1 kilometre course winds its way upwards, becoming steeper towards the summit. The most gruelling part of the course is the final 150 metres to the top. There is, however, one other aspect for competitors to consider. 63.5 kilograms of wheat for express delivery to the Wycheproof summit. A very heavy race regulation for he who would be king. It's toll. Those sacks are getting heavier. King Jim continues to pile on the pressure, leaving David Lloyd battling to hold second place. And as Jim crosses the finish line, he sets a new record time of 5 minutes and 2 seconds. 16 seconds later, an exhausted David Lloyd arrives in second place. John Russell arrives at the summit in 7th position, no doubt questioning the value of doing all those push-ups.
No, I couldn't have.
Yes, you did.
Every year it seems harder than the year before.
Getting too old for this game.
I'll be back next year.
Well done.